Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the most underrated and high skill role in Brawl Stars, which are tanks. If you're tired of getting melted in close range, or want to carry games by absorbing pressure and opening space for your team, this guide is for you. What is a tank? Tanks are high health, short-range brawlers designed to absorb damage and create pressure up close. But that doesn't mean mindlessly rushing in. A good tank knows when to go in and when to hold. Playing tank isn't about kills, actually it's about creating chaos, wasting enemy ammo, and zoning them out. Here's what separates an average tank from a god tier 1. Baiting enemy gadgets, supers, and hypercharges. Dodging with short-range movement. Hiding power behind walls and bushes. Holding your super as a threat, not always to engage. Let's talk about the best tank gears. Always go health and damage gears on tanks. And go speed gear instead of health gear on map with bushes. Damage gear is always required on tanks as it's help in close combats. And go damage and supercharge gear who have supercharge gears on the tanks are good on closed map combined with bushes, but all tanks are not good on all game modes. Okay, so let's just discuss about the tanks matchup and all. So in what matchups tanks are good? Tanks are good into low DPS comps, as if you don't have enough DPS to kill them they can easily push up the map. Suppose the map is Sneaky Field. Your team comp is Primo, Max, and Nita, and your opponent comp is Stu, Gus, and Sandy. Now here your team have more health. They don't have consistent DPS too. Plus your team have Nita Bear to waste their ammos. And on top of that you have max speed with Primo to score goals. Now what counters the tanks? Tanks' biggest counters are damage dealers and controllers, as they have insane burst damage and ability to slow down or stun them. Brawlers like Griff, Chester, B, Amber, and Lou are biggest counters of tanks, but most of them need open map to punish tanks, so you can still make it work if you got some walls to hide behind and then push up. Now see the ranking of all 13 tanks in the current meta. But some tanks are good in particular game modes, so now we will be going over all game modes, and we'll see their roles in that game mode. First we have Brawl. Tanks are good here because they can easily push lanes and combine with any support brawlers, like Max or Poco can help them to walk in and score goals. Generally all tanks are good in Brawl, but for now according to the meta, best tanks are Primo, Frank, Hank, Ollie, Buster, Draco. Honorable mention are Ash and Jacky. If you noticed I placed Primo in the bad section, but in Brawl he is best tank to score goals and to counter other tanks. Now going on Gem Grab. In Gem Grab control making is everything. Tanks with good amount of DPS and better survivability are good here, or those who can create pressure too. Best tanks are Ash, Hank, Frank, Ollie, Buster, and Draco. Honorable mention are Jacky, Rosa, and Darryl with Gray. Next game mode is Heist. Tanks with high DPS with fast reload speed are good here. Example are Bull, BB, Frank, and Darryl, but they are highly map dependent. Best maps for them are Hot Potato and Pit Shop. Moving on to knockout tanks with survivability rate and playmaker are good here. Tanks like Darryl, Buster, Ollie, Hank, and Meg are good here, plus they can play it on any KO map. Next up we have Bounty. Same as KO, we need tanks who can make play with good survivability rate. Ollie is the only tank which is playable on any Bounty map. After that Buster and Hank can be played on any map except Shooting Star. Lastly we have Layer Cake along with Ollie, Hank, and Buster. Darryl and Ash are also pretty good here. Lastly we have Hot Zone. The objective of Hotzin is taking zone time. That's why pro players love to play tank here, as because of their high HPH, they can easily take zone time combined with any type of support. Tanks like Draco, Hank, Ollie, Frank, Buster, Meg are really good here. Draco is the best Hotzin tank as he can easily make space for his team in his dragon form. Now the main thing, when to go in and when to hold. First let me explain it briefly and then I will explain it with some real gameplay. So in aggro game modes you should push in the start to get area control and try to do objective. Because in start they don't have utility to stop tanks, but once they got their utility, you should wait. You have to make them waste their utility and hold your super. Once they make a mistake, then you should go in again. In passive modes you have to always hold and have to farm your utility till the end. Because in passive modes the push is always done in the last, so you gotta be prepared for that. The things which I told you right now are like on paper things. In reality, your games will be much different. This things like when to go in and when to hold come by experience, so you just have to play more. Now watch games with explanation, enjoy with text and music.
am I going now? Just falling over dreams. Now I'm just so far gone, this isn't what it seems. Taking me so damn long, it's fading from belief. I need to slow this down, it's burning from beneath.